electricity. Before that, I want to tell you one more thing. Here I have written cell in the circuit, but here I have written battery and not cell. What is the difference, do you think? How do you represent this cell or a battery means, children? You know, any device when you take, you have the positive end and the negative end, or we say positive terminal and the negative terminal. So, whenever you are connecting the positive terminal in the circuit of a battery or a cell, it is represented by longer line. When you are connecting the negative terminal of the battery, it is represented by the shorter line. Okay? Long line is positive, short line is negative. So you are like this. If you connect, children, this is the circuit. Now you have just connected the cell. One positive line, one negative end you have. This is a cell. What you connect is a cell. I already said you the cells or the cells what you use in the remotes or in wall clocks. Children, just open it and you can check for positive and negative. It will return on the battery. According to that only you should connect it. Even in the remote, if you see, they will mention there which side positive, which side negative should come. Like that only you should insert, or else that will not work. You please check it if you are not observed. Like this, if one positive terminal and one negative terminal if you have, it is called a cell. If you connect many cells together, maybe more than one, more than one cells if you connect together, it is called a battery. Clear? What is cell? What is battery? Andre? One positive, one negative terminal only if you are connecting, then it is a cell. Many cells together when you connect, it is called a battery. Very simple. Hope you have understood that. So, when we are conducting the experiment or activity to check the conductivity of the liquids, we are making use of battery, children. Look, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And one more thing, when you are making such circuits, children, always one end of should be positive and other end should show negative. You cannot start with positive and end with positive, then the circuit will not work. Okay, na? So one side positive is the in one side you should show short line, which means it is negative. I have written here positive, negative, and it is a battery. And this line is the conducting wire, the normal copper wire what you use. Here we have the bulb. To check does the liquid conduct electricity, what we are doing is, children, dip these two ends of the connecting wires which are connected to the battery and bulb into the solution, or what we say, in the lemon juice or the vinegar. In a beaker or in a container, you should wipe it neatly, because if nothing should be there, or else that will result in different reaction. So clean the container, pour lemon juice or vinegar. You might have seen the vinegar. It is used in cooking also. Sometimes you can ask your mother, she will tell you. She will show you as well. So consider or take some lemon juice or a vinegar in the beaker and dip the two ends of the wire in that solution like this, children, which is connected to a battery and the bulb. Now, if at all the lemon juice or the vinegar is liquid, we know it is in the liquid form. If these liquids are conducting, then when we dip these two wires in the container, the bulb should glow. The bulb should glow. So if the bulb glows, then we say the lemon juice or the vinegar is conducting, means it is allowing the current to flow through them. If the bulb is not glowing, then the circuit is not working, means this lemon juice or the vinegar solution, don't mix it. Lemon juice separately, vinegar separately, you should check. So this lemon juice or vinegar is not conducting electricity anta artha. But what happens when you conduct this activity with the help of lemon juice or vinegar means, children, the bulb will glow. The bulb glows, which means that the lemon juice or vinegar is helping in conducting. Conducting andrenu, it is allowing the current to flow through them or pass through them. So we can say that yes, liquid conducts electricity. Till now you have learned that solids conduct electricity, and from this activity you will understand or you will learn that liquids also conduct electricity. So hence we got the answer to our question, does liquid also conduct electricity? So children, after finding the answer for this question and by concluding that yes, liquids also conduct electricity, so as we learned here, sometimes the circuit here also may not work. In the sense, when you are connecting or building the circuit, children, the bulb may not glow. What if the bulb does not glow? You should not come to conclusion that if the bulb is not glowing, no, lemon juice is not conducting electricity, vinegar is not conducting electricity. You should not come to such conclusions. What may be the possibilities? Or what are the possibilities which is in turn making the circuit not to work, you should think. We already studied few points. Cells may be dried up, or tester itself is not working, or connections may be loose, or the bulb is not working. All these possibilities we should check first. Simply you should not come to the conclusion, oh, bulb is not glowing, so lemon juice is a bad conductor, liquids do not conduct. We should not jump into the conclusions like that. By trial and error, you should try to rectify the mistake happened in the circuit. Sometimes, children, the bulb may not glow for the reason, one more reason I can add here is weak current. Weak current may be the reason, one of the reasons for the bulbs not to glow. You might have experienced single phase of current at your home, isn't it? What will happen? The bulb will glow not that bright. It will be a dim, or the mixie may not work, the TV may not work. You might have experienced this whenever, especially there is heavy rains. There is a single phase of current. Single phase, that is from the KB itself they do that. Single phase of current will be supplied. So in that case, some few bulbs at your home may not work. Fan may not work sometimes, though it is working, even though in the high speed it will rotate slowly. All this you have experienced, no children? So similarly, sometimes when there is weak current, the electric bulb may not glow. The electric bulb may not glow. Why? Because it requires some current. Maybe you know the unit of current, it is ampere, isn't it? Unit of current is ampere. Why it is ampere? Because it is named after the scientist called Andre Ampere. Ampere is the name of the scientist and it is named after him because he discovered this electricity. So, if the bulb is not glowing, one more reason is there may be weak current or the bulb is not getting sufficient amount of current for it to glow. Another one of the reasons. In that case, what we should do is, maybe I said unit of current is ampere, no? Maybe the bulb requires 1 ampere of current. 1 ampere of current may not be available or supplied to the bulb, hence it is not glowing is also one of the reasons. We should not jump to the conclusion that liquids do not conduct by this children. In that case, what can we do? We cannot increase the amount of current. We don't have any such choice or option to increase the current, but still we need to check the conductivity of liquids. What shall we do is very simple. Remove the bulb itself, but replace the bulb with an LED bulb. Why an LED bulb? It is because the LED bulbs can detect even the very small amount of current, children. It can detect the small amount of current flowing through it as well, whereas the normal bulb may not. So, let us replace this bulb by an LED bulb. You know what is an LED bulb, isn't it? Why is LED? You should not read it as LED. It is LED only, you should read it as. LED means light emitting diode. The full form of LED is L for light, E for emitting, D for diode. So, you can see the serial set and all. Nowadays you get the small LED bulbs, children. The small amount of current is sufficient for it to work. LED TVs, you have LED screen TVs and all, you have heard, no, children? So all that make use of this light emitting diodes in it. So if we replace the bulb, the normal electric bulb with an LED bulb, then it may glow. Why? Even it can detect the small currents flowing through it. That is the wonderful property of this LED bulbs. When you consider these LED bulbs, it will be available in beautiful colors. All the multiple colors you can see these LED bulbs. You have seen the serial set at your home, right? LED bulbs, you say. In that, there will be two terminals called the leads. L-E-A-D-S, called the leads. One lead will be longer, one lead will be shorter. I already said you the difference between the cell and a battery. And I also said you long line indicates positive, short line indicates negative, isn't it, children? So when you are connecting an LED bulb in the circuit, simply you go connect, fix it as you want. LED has two leads. The longer wire or the longer lead is called the positive. It should be connected to positive of the battery only. The shorter lead is called the negative terminal, and it should be connected to the negative terminal of the battery when you are connecting this LED bulb in a circuit. So, this is about an LED bulb which is used in detecting the very small amount of current, and hence it is useful to us. This is one possibility. And we said already the tester is not working. Why the tester may not work? So children, even this tester may have same property as that of the bulb. Maybe the current is not sufficient for the bulb to glow in the tester as well. In that case, how to detect the presence then? We will create one more tester which can detect the small amount of current as well. As we replace the electric bulb by LED, so that it can detect the small amount of current, we will similarly, if the tester is not working, we shall replace the tester by a new tester which can detect the presence of small current in the circuit. So, that tester is what? Means we are preparing our own tester with the help of magnetic compass, not needle, magnetic compass. You have heard about the magnetic compass. I will show you when it is there in the school, children. I will show you the magnetic compass. A magnetic compass is a device which it consists of a magnetic needle in it. You can see here in the picture, I have drawn a circle and inside I have written north and south. N and S here means north and south directions, and you can see the arrowhead pointing towards the north. The arrowhead here is pointing towards the north. Why? Because the magnetic compass is a device which always shows magnetic north. Which always shows the magnetic north. Simply if I bring the compass and keep it on my palm, it shows me which is north. So this needle which is showing me which is north is nothing but a tiny bar magnet, children. You all know what is bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, all that you have studied. And when you consider any magnet, it has two poles, north pole, south pole. You have studied in magnetic effect in the previous chapters, isn't it? it has two poles, north pole, south pole, like poles repel, unlike poles attract, all these properties you know. In the magnetic compass also, the needle which shows deflection is a tiny bar magnet. I will show you how it works, how it will be everything. The actual magnetic compass I will show you. The magnetic needle is nothing but the tiny bar magnet. And why are we replacing the tester by this bar magnet is because as this LED can detect small amount of current, children, whenever we bring any current carrying conductor near to the magnetic compass, then it will show deflection. So, the current carrying conductor is in turn producing the magnetic effect. You have studied this in your lower class. Magnetic effect of electric current, isn't it? The magnets also, the magnetic effect also can conduct electricity, and current carrying conductor in turn can produce the magnetic effect or magnetic field around it. Any current carrying conductor you consider, it around it has the magnetic field produced. Say suppose this is a copper wire. This is a copper wire. I am passing the current through this copper wire. So I will just take the magnetic compass and bring near to the copper wire. Whenever I bring, children, you can see the deflection. I said one needle will be inside the magnetic compass. No, it will deflect or it will move. This shows the presence of current. This shows the presence of current in the circuit. And this magnetic compass is helpful like LED in detecting the small amount. Though very small amount of current is there, it will deflect so that we can check the presence of current in the circuit.